prepared intro a little better. Is it recording right now?
That is the intro right there.
Okay. We can cut this out, right? I know the feeling.
No, not anymore. This is too good to cut out.
This is comedy gold.
All right, we're gonna roll. We'll cut that out. That's gonna be a really aggressive sound. Yeah. All right, we'll just angle it a little bit so that if it does something weird, I'll know. There we go.
Nice. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ramblin' Men. And this, words. This topic today is about running.
Running.
Yep. And more specifically, the hobby, I guess. Like, not really, like, emergency running for your life. I just want to clarify. I mean, we can talk about that if you want to, but
I hadn't even thought about it until you said something.
Yeah, I figured running is kind of a broad topic, so I'm just gonna narrow it down a little bit and just
hobby running.
Yeah,
hobby running.
Yep.
I mean, since you intro with that and you talk about not running for your life. There's a scene in one of the new Jurassic Park films where a gal runs away from a T-Rex in high heels, and somebody did the math, and she would approximately get like 10 steps, and the T-Rex would have caught her and eaten her. So that's fun. But instead, she makes like 100 steps, gets away, and throws a flare at a different dinosaur, and then they fight instead. So, you know.
Yeah, movie logic.
Jurassic World, running away from things. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for bringing up that interesting fact.
Yeah.
On a funnier note, I can't remember what the race is called, but it's like a 10K, but you do it in high heels.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, if we want to talk about crazy races, man, like, man, we're starting off hot. Like,
yeah.
we let you get into the intro, and that was it.
We didn't even introduce ourselves.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, yeah.
I thought about that. I'm like, let's keep going.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, if you listen to these episodes in order, you might recognize our voices. But today I am your content.
Wait a minute. Are they not going to recognize our voices if it's out of order? Are there other people on the podcast that they might mix our voices up with?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if this is the first episode they listen to.
Yeah. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
I'll have my crap together someday.
It happens. Anyway, I am your content producer for today.
No title.
And,
Another title.
I am the king of the episode today.
Oh my goodness. All right, let him just finish.
Oh boy. Your content producer's name is Travis. And I have some co-hosts.
I'm Josh.
I'm Jake.
I'm Isaac.
And yeah, as you heard, we're going to be talking about different forms of running.
Yeah, different forms of running.
Travis's face is so red, we've been making him laugh so hard.
Yeah.
We're not doing a very good job of letting him do his
No,
job.
we're not.
That's okay.
Sorry.
I think this turned out a lot better than I thought it would.
Okay,
At least
perfect.
so far. But yeah, I guess the topic I was going to start with was music and running, and like whether or not you use music while you're running.
So we're getting polled today. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
Sweet.
whether or not you use music while running, 1 second. And if you do use music, what kind? And
Yeah.
What kind? And if you don't use music, like if you never use it, or if you just sometimes don't use it. So with that, I'm gonna open up to you guys to answer and expand.
So I'm going to take it first because music is huge for me. It can make or break a run for me. There are times where I have gone without music and I've managed. It's been okay. But almost every single one of my PRs that I've ever gotten from the point of early high school all the way to now, almost every single one of them came with a good playlist. Like, every single time. So, yeah. I am big on the music, and I also realize that I am moved by music enough that sometimes it's a problem. So I got to be careful about my beats per minute because I try to make my feet match like actual pacing. And there are definitely songs that like completely wipe me out in the middle of a run. And I'll be like, this is so good. And then like 2 minutes after it's over, I'm like, oh no, I have made a mistake. I am dead and I have 2 miles to go. Uh-oh. So, yeah. I would say that my typical go-to, I listen to a lot of mid-heavy to heavy stuff. So I'm not typically like a full screamo person, but I can do metal, can't definitely do hard rock all over the place. And I've done a lot of other bands that have either come close or done various different genres around those two. It's just the heavy drums and power lyrics, like that's a lot of what I listen to on a run.
Yeah, I'll go along with that, and I feel like I'm similar, but maybe not to the extent of beats per minute and matching the beat with my steps. I mean, that's interesting, and I just feel like for me, I very much enjoy music while I'm running, and it helps me as well. But, I mean, for shorter runs, I'll do like heavier music, like metal or rock or something like that. But I found it's helped me a lot more for longer runs to do calmer, like worship music or just something like that that's calmer, like Christian contemporary or something like that, because oftentimes I'll listen to like a heavy song and then I'll be like, oh, this is really exhilarating, and I'll just run faster. It's like, oh, this is messing up my pace.
That's my beats per minute thing that I'm talking about. Like, yeah.
But the calmer just keeps me calm the whole way, and that way I can focus on my breathing and all the normal things, and it doesn't. Different songs don't really change my pace if it's all calm, but yeah, I feel like that too. I mean, a few times I've gone without music, and like sometimes I've been forced, like I don't have enough battery or I don't have data and nothing downloaded, and I'll like turn it into like a prayer run. Like,
that's really good.
I did that around my block one time, just like it feels like a prayer walk but faster. Doesn't mean
but faster.
Doesn't mean I pray faster, but it just means like I'll run by a house and I'll just start praying for that house or something, and yeah, just stuff like that. I try to make it meaningful if it's forced like that. If I don't have music, I'll just pray during my run or something like that.
I was just gonna say, based on what you said about the pace of the song and how it helps you go slower with the slow songs, that's why I sent that one song to you that was a little bit slower. That's the song I start with, so it helps me start off with a slower pace. But yeah, it depends on like what song you're looking for at what point in your run, I imagine.
I might need to try that though, because like I've had several runs where I overshot my pace at the beginning. So a lot of people nowadays have like cool smartwatches that are like, hey, this is your pace, this is your heart rate, and like all these other things. I basically have my phone that gets placed, it turns on to track my running and then gets stuck in my pocket. And so like I'm blind almost the entire way. I know the distances by heart. I know like overall mileage tracking. So if I hit 2.5 miles and I'm like, I really feel like I want to do more today, then I know where I have to go to actually get a 4 mile or a 5 mile run. But yeah, because I'm flying blind, most of the time I don't really notice my pace. I sometimes have like little alerts saying like mileage trackers if I'm like really, really keen on specific PRs for the day. Like I have the ability to have it chime when that happens. But yeah, I often start a run and my pace will be much hotter than what I actually need it to be to succeed at actually getting the distance that I want. So you'll see my runs kind of like start off really, really fast and then like slowly trickle down to actually what my pace should be. But yeah, that's actually a good thought. I also shuffle songs a lot, so I don't actually have like a designated playlist that plays. But believe it or not, when I first started running in high school, every run that I would end, this is kind of embarrassing, honestly. I don't think I've actually told anybody this, so here you go. Here's a fun fact for just you guys that you get to learn about, and literally everybody else that listens to the podcast. When I started running in high school, it took me a long time to realize like how to train to run, because I was homeschooled and it was just a program through the online courses that we were doing, so I like had no coach. I had no nothing besides my mom, who was really, really encouraging, but like there was no technical know-how in those encouragements. It was more so like, hey, this is something that I read and I saw and I wanted to pass along to you, which was really good, but I was also a cocky teenager, so I ignored like half the things that would have actually really helped me. And in that, I finally figured out like, okay, I have to slow myself down to actually get the mileage that I want. Otherwise, I just tucker myself out over and over and over. And I finally came to the point where I was like, all right, I'm going to end my runs the same way with a song, the same set of songs every single time. So I created 2 playlists, one that would just shuffle and play whatever, and then the other one that I would switch to when I hit a certain mile mark. Mm-hmm. And then I wanted to finish before a certain song ended, right? Huh. That second list was entirely made up of fast-paced songs from High School Musicals. 1, 2, and 3.
Nice.
So there's my dark secret. Like I literally ended all of my runs listening to High School Musical. Like "Boys Are Back," I think, was the last song that I had to beat, and so yeah, it was fun. I knew like all the words, all the lyrics. I like the whole thing, whole kit and caboodle.
Did you sing like while you're running?
Every once in a while, if it was getting hit hard enough, yeah, I would sing along. So yeah. Nice. All right, Isaac, your music. Music on runs, yes or no?
Yes.
What type of music?
If it's a shorter run, if it's a longer run, I start off with it, and then if it's anything past 15 miles, like if it's 15, if I'm planning on doing 15, the last 5, other than like the last like 3 or 4 laps, like I'll end on some music. But I take a big gap of like purposefully not doing any music.
Interesting.
For one, my newer earbuds suck at staying in my ears.
Oh.
Dude, they're brand new and they're a Christmas present from Breed. And they're really nice. They sound really good. They're JBLs. They were really inexpensive. But they do not stay in my ears. I have to wear a fleece cap or something over my ears to keep them in. Oh, bro, they sound so good. They're probably the best sounding earbuds I've ever put in my ears. And they just don't stay.
They don't stay.
Yes. I'll sit there and go like this all freaking day. And they're touch. There's no buttons, so that can trigger it sometimes if you're moist enough.
Oh.
So if you're like working up a sweat, it's like boop, 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 boop.
Skip.
Yeah, basically.
Are they?
And somebody who sees you running by, you're just like, banging my ear with my shoulder.
But on the marathon, I think I took probably like an hour and a half of no music. I just turned it all off, took the earbuds out.
Yeah.
When I did the 18-mile during the summer, I was out in the middle of butt crack nowhere. So that was super, super nice. Because like half of that lap was in the middle of cornfields. So I would just stop. I'm like, you know what, I should stretch a little bit. And I just take my earbuds out and be like, this is nice. Oh no, I didn't even have earbuds then. So like most of that 18 miles was no earbuds. Because I'm pretty sure they didn't get charged. Because I remember having my phone playing with nothing hooked up to it, so it was just playing, so everybody could. Yeah. Not that there was anybody.
That's honestly kind of nice. Like I've had a couple runs where like we were isolated enough that I didn't feel guilty for doing that.
Yeah.
Like I've had people fly by me on like bikes or whatever else that are just, they've got like full on stereos on the back of their bike and they're just blasting music. And it's like, okay, all right. Like, you have a right to do that. It's your bike, it's your speaker, but I don't need to hear what you're listening to. And so, yeah, but it's kind of nice. Like, it's a little different feel to just have live music around. So.
But a lot of it is like, even if I am listening to music, it's just to drown out all the other noise. Because I a lot of times, like the marathon that I did was downtown, or not even downtown. It was in my neighborhood. There were probably like 12 cop cars that went by. Somebody had called the cops in my neighborhood on somebody or something, and they were questioning people at the door as I'm dressed in all black because I had my sweatpants on and my black, or everything.
Did
with my
you see
rain
anyone
shirt.
suspicious? I mean, that guy kind of looks suspicious.
Dude, I was on the opposite side of the road, and like they're on this road, and then there's Millburn, I think it is, and it's a two-way, like it's a two-sided street with the like medians in the end, and anyways, and they all just like creepily stopped and like watched me run. I was like,
Were you doing the head and shoulder thing?
no, I had my hat on.
They were debating.
But like I was like mumbling along, like singing under my breath. But like a lot of the running was just like I would turn something on just enough to like turn my brain off. Like a lot of those longer runs, like that is super nice. I'm just like I just have no idea what happened for the last hour.
Yeah.
Or I'll pray and I'll say a bunch of words and then stuff will stick out and I'll be like, okay, that's what I need to think about right now. What is God trying to show me in the words that just stuck out? Like kind of like, you know, in those like weird movies where you've got like these brilliant people like seeing just random numbers and stuff. Like, you ever should watch the show Numbers?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You know, like the animation where he's like thinking and it's like appearing. Like
that was the show that was like completely convinced me that math could do anything in the world, and then I became a ministry major.
But it's like I'll see it there in a sentence, even if it's just a random like subject, and then I'll be shown something, because like there's nothing there to distract me. So I'm like, I'm learning stuff like without sitting in front of a classroom, or I'm learning stuff that's already up there, but I'm learning about it. Like it's there, but I don't know anything about it.
Sometimes the isolation of a run is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Yeah. Even when you're with others, like your own little world kind of follows you around with a run. It's just different. Yeah.
Well said.
Thanks.
But like after that,
I'm trying to earn my title.
Mr. Well said.
Oh no! Oh no!
Don't force it.
Oh no!
I don't know.
You gotta just let
help.
it happen.
I'll get it someday.
Like
for those who don't know, because we haven't actually talked about it at all in this podcast.
Oh yeah.
We randomly assigned like some high-end titles to some of our guys in the last episode because they said cool things. So, yeah, I have not earned mine yet. We don't know what it is, but maybe we'll go back to those titles someday.
Right. Real quick, I think in the beginning of this episode, I think I said something along the lines of like, I'm your content producer. I meant to say your topic producer.
Oh,
important distinction. Like, content producer is a little bit arrogant. I just want to say I'm producing.
See, now I feel bad because I was like, aren't I the content producer since I like do all the editing and everything? But
yeah, so I caught that. I couldn't let that be. Like,
I don't mind. It's okay. You can have that. It's all right.
I'm producing your topic.
You sounded very confident in it. It sounded good.
But then I second guessed it. That doesn't sound right.
All right. So what other stuff you got on running? What else you want us to poll about?
You guys actually segued nicely into my next topic.
Oh, good.
Or next
Ran
subtopic.
right into it.
Yep, nice.
Nice.
I'm a father. I gotta stretch these muscles.
Yep.
Joking Josh.
Oh no.
That might be it.
Maybe I don't need to earn a title. Maybe I just stick with just Josh. Just Josh. Nope.
So the next subtopic is runner's high. Are you guys familiar with the term runner's high?
Very.
Yes.
Runner's high.
Infinitely,
Yeah.
one would say.
So, what I originally think of when I think of runner's high is like the kind of physical changes when you're running. Like, you're out of breath at first. Or maybe not always at first, but you get to a point in your run, especially if you're just starting your running journey, and you might get out of breath. And at least for me, at a certain point in my run, I feel like my body kind of adapts and regulates a little bit, and the run just kind of gets easier. And I don't know a whole lot about science and stuff.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, go for it.
I know some of the science.
Okay.
It's so cool. So some of the science behind the runner's wall, right? Little quotation marks there. The body, when you first start running, for a lot of people, most people, I believe, it basically panics. It's like, what are you doing? And so, like, even if you do this on the regular, the body is like, oh, we're in a stressful situation. We're doing something that we're not used to doing. Like, not in the sense of, oh no, I've never done this, but more so in the sense of like, we don't normally run as adults. Like if we're going through the store, it's uncommon. Gotta go get my milk. Like no, that doesn't happen.
People.
That doesn't happen. If you have a toddler, that level of running goes up because they tear off and you gotta go get them. But yeah, so when our brain kind of sees that as like a stressful situation, and it pours a whole bunch of different processes into the brain as well as other chemicals to say like, hey, wake up the lungs, wake up the heart, like we gotta go, like not sure what's going on, but we're running, so we're gonna like run. And as the brain processes all of this, it can be very stressful on us as people because our brain is kind of going, I don't know if I can do this, right? Like whatever mileage is in front of you, you're like, oh no, like this is a stressful situation. How long can I handle this stress? And eventually the body actually reaches this point where it feels harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to do just the very next step, the very next option, the very next mile, whatever the case. And finally the body hits this wall and it's done processing this fight or flight mentality of we're in a stressful situation, what are we doing? And it actually like relaxes into running. And it says, oh, I'm getting exercise. I'm getting a little bit of dopamine from actually doing a physical activity that's really good for me. This is good. And then it starts feeding you more of those same chemicals of saying like, this is really good. This is really, it's tiring, but like, I'm out here, I'm enjoying this. Like, this is a positive experience. And so, I'm sure there are at least a dozen runners out there being like, wait, you have positive experiences on your run? Like, just wait. Like, it's coming, I promise. Like, it takes a little practice getting used to, like, running can be a really good thing. But some of that science is literally that our brain just calms down, relaxes a little bit more, and settles into the idea, okay, we're doing a stressful thing, and it's okay. And once you get past that point, pretty much everything past that, on normal runs, there are crazy runs like 250-mile runs stuff, and people deal with all sorts of different things that I am never going to touch. But on a normal run, after you hit that wall, things are so relaxed and extended for the body that it's not as stressful and it doesn't feel as hard, even if you're pushing yourself to go faster or go longer, whatever the case. The body's natural response to those things is easier than when you first started the run. So, yeah. Runner's Wall is really cool. And it's one of those things that, like, we actually have that same processing with a lot of problems in life. So we don't have to be physically doing something. Like, if there's a computer problem in front of people and it looks too stressful, but they can get through a certain percentage of it, people often have this little bit of high that happens, like, kind of in the middle, where they're like, ooh, we made progress. This is good. We're close. You might not be close, but it's closer, and the brain relaxes into the stressful environment, and then you can do it even better. So, anyway. Runner's Wall is really cool. I like it. I think it's really neat. Yeah. And it helps, knowing that helps a lot in the run, too. Because, like, when I'm on my first mile and I'm like, this is going to be a bad run. Like, I am dying. I know by the point that I hit mile 2 or mile 2.5, like, it's gone. It's over. Like, that is behind me. I am pushing to the end. Like, my brain is already relaxed into this. We're good to go. Like, it might be hard. It might be tough. It might be something that I have to still, like, motivate myself or get the right songs on, right, to finish the race. But it is very encouraging, especially early on, to realize, like, yes, this feels hard. Yes, this feels like a strain on my body, but it's going to get easier, right? So, anyway, all sorts of biblical applications there too, but I won't go that far.
Yeah. So I just wanted to kind of connect the physical part of like the runner's high, the runner's wall, and also, have that be connected with what you guys were talking about earlier about, going for like a prayer run and, just kind of the spiritual / mental part of the runner's high, and just, kind of disconnecting from the noise of the world and just kind of enjoying the peacefulness of, doing your own thing, in whatever environment you choose to run in. That was kind of all I had for that little connection. Just a little connection bit right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys have anything else about runner's high?
Yeah. Yeah, that was helpful what Josh said. That just made me think more of, like the little bit of knowledge that I have of it is just a little experience, but I feel like I often get runner's high around mile 1 or 2, but that also depends on like how far I'm running, but it's usually around then, and it's usually something I notice and I think about it, and it's like every time it happens I get chills, and then I feel like it's that point it feels like this is easy.
Right.
Not easy, it's easier and and more enjoyable, and yeah, but that also makes me think of like it feels like a similar feeling of like when I do a race and it's near the end and I can hear the cheering, and it's like I know it's around a mile left, and then I feel like I have more energy to finish hard, and that makes it easier to finish hard. I usually run faster near the end of most of my runs anyway, but just thinking like what that would mean for like being in an audience, I guess, how that changes runner's high and stuff, but that may be for another time.
I did have another poll for you guys. So do you guys have what? Oh, did you want to say something? Did you want to speak?
A little bit, yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it. Did we miss your hand?
No, I was just
okay.
patiently waiting. We were going down the line, so I was like, okay,
My bad.
My bad too. I didn't realize we were going down the line like that. I thought
No,
it
you're
was
good. I
our
probably
natural bounce in. You're good.
raised my hand like I have been.
I pointed for him.
Okay.
Jake's got me.
Jake's your hand.
So when I've not experienced runner's high in that context in a very long time.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
So it's not like a 1 or 2 mile and then I'm like, oh, this is great. It's like, okay, I'm warmed up, I'm ready to go, everything's loose, and then I get to mile like, let's say during the marathon, I'm to mile like 15 to 20. Those miles right there are the ones where I'm like, everything's still. Like I feel like I know that things are not still. I can still see the cars go by, but like it's quiet.
Yeah.
I don't hear like intrusive thoughts. I don't hear anything. There's no static. It's just quiet. And I'm like, all right, we're done. I'm done with the music for right now. Well, I'll just put it straight up. I know that's really
interesting.
If I'm in a safe place, like if I'm on a track, or if I'm in like, I can get the same thing with like working out and putting in music. Like I don't do that in my shed because there's all kinds of sketchy people going back and forth. But when I'm at the public gym, I'll put both earbuds in, crank that music up, put something on that's like solace or like Minecraft music-esque sometimes, because I get to that point where I'm like, I'm so exhausted. I cannot think, but I'm still awake, and there's no noise, there's no nothing, there's just calm, and a lot of times it doesn't last very long, but I'm okay with that a lot of times, because it's always noisy in my head. Like, people don't understand how loud it is all the time. Or like, my wife will get on me for like yelling at the kids or getting after the kids. I'm like, shh, please be quiet, just be quiet. There's been so much noise. And I'm like, Bree, you will never fully understand this. It is always noisy up here. It's like there are 4 different people up here living in the same brain that are all trying to talk at the same time, like constantly.
Yeah. And
a lot of people will never understand that. That's totally fine.
True. I do think there'd be a lot that do, though, because I've heard a lot of people. So I think you're speaking directly to a lot of people right now. Like, that is something that they deal with on a normal basis.
Like, one of the customers that I have is a rehab place, and I know right off the top of my head that 3 of them have the same personality as I do, but instead of going down the path that I went down, they used drugs to quiet that. They used alcohol to quiet that. And they used that sort of stuff, because we do have a highly addictive personality. And whatever you apply that personality to, you're going to get a little bit of addicted to. Whether that be drugs, alcohol, exercising. Like, I get like an itch. Like, legitimately, like, I feel gross. Like, I'm like wasting my time when I haven't exercised for 2 days. I'm like, I know that I need to take a break. Like, I want to run right now. And I tried to run at work the other day. But my knees are not up for the challenge right now. They're still, my right knee specifically, the outer meniscus is still very, very sore. And it is, but I really, really want to run.
Yeah, I get that.
I'm like, bro.
I haven't gotten that for a long time. But since I started, so like, I just looked at my stats, and I've like been way more intentional about running. And so my stats went from like, I think they were like 3 hours of running total in February, up to 8 in March. Yeah, a little bit of a jump when I'm intentional. And so, just in that amount of time, I have noticed, like, when I take enough of a break, even if it's just a day or 2, I'm like, oh man, I haven't run in a long time. And then my brain does the actual math, and it's like, it's literally been 72 hours.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
72 since you were last outside running. Like, stop.
But like,
you're fine.
But like, it's getting my body to that state, and getting my brain to that state where it's like, okay, all your glucose, all your fructose, all your sugar stores are all gone. All right, none of that quick, goofy stuff left. Your sheer, like, you've activated your willpower right now, because you're exhausted. You get home. You don't want to work out, because I'm not able to go to the gym a lot right now because Bree needs help with the 2 kids, and then she's been sick, and so it's like, okay, I have to work out at home. Okay, I don't have the same opportunity to just quiet everything, but I can still get myself to the level of exhaustion with weights. I just have to adjust my thinking. Instead of being super isolated, I can get that same inner exhaustion and mental exhaustion from pushing just as much as I can. But yeah, my runner's high has become very different.
Interesting.
For a very long time. I think it was probably when I was still probably 50 pounds heavier the last time I experienced runner's high like that. Mm-hmm. If I'm doing any sort of like, if it's a 3 mile, I probably won't get anything out of that. unless I'm pushing speed. Like if
Sure.
I'm huffing it, I'm like sub 6 minute mile. That was the last time my 550 mile, which is one of my fastest miles, was the only time that I did a 2 mile and I felt that runner's high. Differently than when it's like on that marathon, it was steady energy level, steady everything. I was like, just my will was going up and down, but like my energy level was like the same the whole time through. And it was like a 14-minute mile, so it's not like I'm running speed, but speed isn't the goal with a marathon just yet. Not yet. Not when you're running your first marathon. In 27 to 37 degree weather. The warmest it got was 37 degrees that day.
Yeah. So let me ask a different question then. Do you get a high from lifting?
Yes, but not in like yes, but in a different way. And a lot of times it's nothing. I'll like feel nothing. I won't be exhausted. I won't be tired.
You're just dead inside.
Like I'm not, because throughout the day I felt so high or so low from like the emotional battery of the emotional roller coaster where people are mad at you or they're upset or like they could threaten to do this or threaten to do that, and or you're like, you just made somebody's day. They're like, oh my gosh, you found this, thank you so much, and you just like, that made your whole day. Or like somebody was like, dude, I'm so happy to have you back, please don't ever leave us again.
That's really interesting. I mean, obviously you use physical stuff to process mental, like, and almost filter it, like, get it out.
Yes, it is.
So I wonder if that's your brain's version of high, and it doesn't feel like as much, but like as it processes it down, that's the stressful thing for you. That's why you don't get a runner's high, because your runner's high is cleaning up all the other actual stress that your brain is dealing with.
Stable emotional level, because like my day is so high and low. Like I'll wake up ready to just I'll walk out and be mad at the trash can sometimes. I'm like, why the hell is the trash can right there in my way? Like it's 2 inches in the way of my door. I have to move it up. It's like, who put that trash? Like I'll flip out on like a nothing, and then I'm like, wait a second, I put that trash can there. I took that out. I did that.
That's really interesting.
And then, like, I get to the gym and I'm like, oh, okay, I have caffeine in me. I've got that buzz going right now. And then we're just going to hold this. Okay, we're going to give a maximal effort as much as I can until I'm, like, shaking to get the weights up. And I'm like, okay, I got it up. We're going to drop it down one more time. We're going to push it up halfway. I know I'm not going to succeed on this rep, but we're going to maximize as much effort. And then I'm like, I'll drop it on the safeties. And I'll sit there for 3 minutes. And I'm like, oh, this is nice. There's nothing.
Okay. Yeah.
It's smooth. There's no like. It's like.
I bet that's what's happening.
Oh, bro.
That's really cool.
To have that like.
Your high is actually too mellow.
Yes.
Like that is the high.
Yes.
So it's not that you aren't experiencing it. It's that your brain needs to process something else that it finds more stressful, and so using the workout is still giving you the right chemical compounds to deal with that.
Just I experience it in different.
But it's literally designed flipped for what most people have, because you are just leveling out everything else. That's really cool.
Like coffee has a similar effect. Like caffeine will affect some people in different ways. But like when I switched from like having energy drinks to just straight up black coffee, it's like, okay, I follow the specific routine with caffeine, and I have a day where I'm like, oh, bro, I don't even remember what happened today. Like, it was just so nice to not, like, everything was just like a dance to me. So, like, the way I got up out of my chair, and, like, to try to explain this I was trying to explain this to the other guy. I was like, when I say what's about to come out of my mouth, please don't take it as arrogance. It is confidence that has been meticulously built up in my level of skill that we've slowly improved over the last year and just continue to build up. I have become literally the fastest driver there. I don't speed. I'm literally one of the lower ends of the speeding. We track everybody's speed. You have moderate, low, none at all. and like I'm right in the middle of the pack, if not one of the lower guys. And I was like, he's like, dude, you got bad. Like, the management was commenting on, we've got a new management who's never seen my speed before. That's not even speed, it's just efficiency. But the way that I do things, he's like the trainee was like, dude, how did you get back so fast? Did you cut corners? I was like, no. I was like, every single mat that I had got changed out. Every single one of these got changed out. I know this is a pain in the butt and we don't make any money off of doing this, but it's a service that we provide. Every single one of these air fresheners got changed out. Nobody likes changing their air fresheners. Everybody forgets to change those air fresheners. They're a pain in the butt sometimes. He comes up to me, he's like weird, he's like, you don't even stink. Did you even sweat today? I was like, no, I really didn't. Like, that's one of that's
just glistened.
I was like, dude, I have not broken a sweat all week, and you see how fast I've gotten back? It's a dance. You literally get into a groove, and if you don't get in that groove, your day's a mess, and you get back late. I got back late almost every day this week. What? Oh, yeah. Like, it...
So, you were running late?
Mm-hmm. And it's because I couldn't get into that groove of like.
It took a minute to sink in that was a joke. just gotta slide it in there.
I forgot where I was going with that. But I was like, I've literally been able to go from the slowest driver that we have to the fastest driver just by realizing the fact of, okay, I follow this little process and I can get places that never thought was possible. My boss thought he was gonna have to fire me, and now he's like, dude, I don't have to worry about nothing. I know that you've either got it under control, or by the time that the talk comes through, and it comes through on my end because the management sees every single issue that comes through, which is a talk call. It stands for something. I don't know what it stands for, but it's like anytime a customer comes in, we get what's called a talk. Management sees it and whatnot, and he's like, you've already got a handle. Like, by the time it hits my desk, it's either already handled or you've already got a plan to handle it if you've not turned your phone off, because sometimes you turn it. But, when I'm running or lifting weights, it's that rhythm that, really, that is my filter for the day. If I haven't, and, not getting my heart above 120, or that threshold where it's like, okay, my heart rate's up, I want to keep it up. I don't want to keep it super high where I'm sprinting or I'm pushing time sub 6 or sub 7 minute, or even sub 8 minutes sometimes is brutal for me. But keeping it in that rhythm, having it there for a while, and not just a 3 mile or a 2 mile or something like that, one of those lower mileages, having it for a long period of time, it's it's quiet, it's nice, it's not just nice, it's okay, I can feel the presence of the Lord here differently than I've ever been able to before in the last week or in between since I've run. And I've gotten just this week specifically, I've figured out how to get a similar effect, not as efficiently, but a similar effect with getting into a rhythm of weightlifting.
Cool.
Sorry, I didn't mean to take up.
No, you're good. You're good.
20 minutes.
Don't worry about it. You're good.
Yeah.
Did that? What was your last poll that you gave?
Sorry.
About runner's high.
That was one of the last subtopics, but if you guys are ready for the next poll.
Yeah, do it.
So without giving too much of an introduction to it, is there a certain X amount of distance towards the end of your run in which you're okay, I've been kind of running at this at this pace.
The kick.
Yeah, the kick at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Is there X amount of distance where you're all right, I've maintained my pace in order to be able to finish, but at this X amount of distance, I'm gonna just finish strong.
It depends on what kind of run I'm going on. For real,
Yeah.
if I'm okay, I've got 20 minutes, I'm gonna run as fast as I can, just as far as I can in 20 minutes. A lot of it comes down to I want to keep a consistent pace, or I just want to go like completely like crazy. I have no plan. I have no need for this run to be here. It's just time I'm going to spend exercising instead of doing something that is just not, just wasting time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think I kind of side with that a little bit, where mine's more of a distance thing, where if I put a distance in my head, like I remember too well what I used to do in high school of just burning out too fast because I'm trying to force a pace. So I would basically say, okay, whatever gets me there, and then I'll reach, maybe I'm like a half mile out from my goal, and then I'll be like, okay, I've got more to give. I know I will make it if I increase the pace from here. So it might not be like record times on those sort of runs because I wasn't pushing as much as I could, but it does guarantee the distance that I was looking for. Mm. But with my consistent, like a consistent 5K that I try to do on the regular, that definitely has a point where I'm like, it's much easier for me to draw the line and say, I know I'm not going as hard as I could right now. Like, I could make it if I increase from here on. And that line gets bumped earlier and earlier and earlier into how I'm running, right? So, like, if I get a mile into it, I can probably gauge if I'm going too slow. And again, I'm still flying blind, like, I don't have my pace in front of me, but, like, I've done it enough that I kind of know, like, no, I need to kick it up a little bit. I need to put more effort into this. Or vice versa, of like, yeah, that went really fast. I should probably slow down a little bit to make sure I don't die. So, yeah, there's definitely lines that I can mentally gauge and say, I will absolutely full send at this point, Mm-hmm. I think if I have a definite point of like just absolute committance and like nothing else matters, it's probably the last like 0.2 or 0.3 miles that I'm less like, everything, lay it out. I want to not be energetic at the end of this run, so I have to push everything that I can, like the worst feeling I think I've ever had with running is not the races that I am stuck in the like a mile away and I like had to stop to catch my breath or something. It's the ones where I end the race and the first thought is, I probably could have gone a little faster. That is the worst. That sucks. Because I'm not about to go back and do another 5K or whatever, but it's like, that's a mental game in itself.
I got it. Later on, I got a competing thought with the worst feeling.
Mm.
So, like, I've not experienced that with running for a long time, just because of, like, the crazy distances that I've been trying to get to. And it's like, okay, a lot of times my goal with the running is just to, like, put miles on my legs, even if it's not too fast, because I'll just go lift weights afterward. But with, like, that same concept with lifting weights has taken, like, I've gotten so much more out of it. Going from, okay, I've got this many exercises I want to complete, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to try and hit this rep range. Doing it that way instead of the way I have been doing it, where it's like, okay, these are the areas I want to hit. We're going to just crush them as much as I possibly can. So every single set after that first warm-up set, I'm not even going to write that first warm-up set down. It's going to be the bar, maybe some bands, some mobility. I'm not even going to write that down. That's just going to be a check mark in that little box on the paper. Check, warm-up, good, done. And then it's going to be absolutely just hammering it and write it down. Put as much effort until you can't move that bar in every single time, which is just, I know I just haven't been doing a lot of running because, I've been trying to, work does not provide a whole lot of opportunity to completely heal from the marathon because you're up and down on your knees all day long. I try, like, it's not like painful, but it's like, okay, something's a little bit off right there. I don't think it's torn, but it's definitely aggravated. I'll go, like, all week, and I'll, like, on Thursday or Wednesday, I'll be like, oh, that's uncomfortable. I'll squat down, or like I won't squat all day long, so I won't stretch, and my legs will get really tight.
Right. Yeah.
And I'll be like, ah, they're so comfortable.
What about you, Jake?
I don't know if this is good or bad, but I've often been a creature of habit, kind of running the same distance every time, and I kind of find my rhythms in that, and oftentimes it's like the final mile that I at least think about increasing speed, but oftentimes it's like I'll increase by increments and increase speed by like quarter of a minute per mile or something every quarter mile or something, and I'll just
Calculated.
Yeah.
Very scientific.
Yeah, so I'll just
yeah,
like
we've kind of talked about this before, where like your running fascinates me because like I don't know if it's possible for me to run like you run, because you're just so well calculated and so well thought out about how you do the run, and like almost every single run that I do, I call it rhino mentality, because I'm just like, put
Nice.
your head down, go.
Yeah.
And it means get to the end. It does not matter how it happens. Make it happen. And unfortunately for me, but also fortunately, I guess,
so true.
that means that I set a lot of PRs. So a lot of personal records that I'm like, yeah, I feel good about this. But then, the very next day, because that was my second run back to back, I'm like, oh, I was too tired for that. Oh no. And I'm like, recovery is going to be lots of fun. So, really sore or whatever else, which honestly hasn't happened a lot recently. It happened more in high school, but yeah, it's definitely a blessings and curse type run, because like you push hard in pretty much every run, but at the same time it's like you push hard in every single run.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's rarely a day where I'm just like, yeah, this felt good, this felt fun, this was easy. It's almost always like, did I beat it? It's like, oh man, I was 12 seconds off, gotta do it again.
That mostly sounds like a good thing. But yeah, I feel like also most of the time it's like the last quarter mile will go all out.
Yeah.
Or what feels like all out anyway. But a lot of times it's pushing the limits at the end.
Yeah. Do you have a line? Do you have a line that your kick comes in?
Yeah, so I'm kind of in a similar boat to Jake. Yeah, my running is a little bit more calculated. I think probably not as
I'm just a
calculated.
mess. That's what,
Wait,
I put on shoes,
what
and
else?
that's the most calculated thing I do.
It's not a bad
So,
thing.
So I don't think I'm quite as calculated as you, Jake.
I'm not like that all the time.
Okay. But yeah, I think some of my deciding when to, put the kick on, I think some of that's like trial and error. Like I have this, I'm not wearing it now, but I have this smartwatch that tells me like, pace, heart rate, distance, and I'll see the distance, and in comparison with that and my goal, I'll be like, okay, I'll try, kicking it in now, and then whether or not I make it to the end with that same speed, kind of determines like, okay, maybe I started the kick a little soon, and then I'll adjust it next time. But yeah, another thing I wanted to mention is I drew this kind of comparison where like I feel like mine and Jake's more calculated run and Josh's rhino run. I kind of drew a comparison between like that and like people either memorizing phone numbers or just having a big list of contacts. Like me and Jake are the big list of contacts. We just have like all the information displayed for us, and Josh, you're kind of the more like I know how far it is from point A to point B, and I've done it enough. I kind of know.
Yeah.
Where
It definitely helps that I have like one particular route. Like there's a walking path near my house, and there are like clear markers that can help gauge like how far I need to go and wherever else. Like not necessarily like this is mile 1, but like there's you run a certain distance and the houses just end and there's a big spot of woods. And it's like, so it's easy to tell, like, okay, this spot, when I hit this amount of concrete, like, I know that this is a 2-mile run, or I know that this is a 3 or a 5 or whatever. So, yeah. It helps that it's pretty much the same every time.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I also wanted to say it also brought up an interesting idea that I feel like your Rhino run, it kind of makes me realize like my dependence on technology, and especially with like running and weightlifting. Like today, I wore my my quote unquote dumb digital watch instead of my smart Apple Watch. And I was, when we were lifting weights today, I was like, man, I feel like I'm just kind of not like wasting my time, but it bugs me that I didn't have like something tracking my heart rate, tracking my estimated calories burned, and like, weightlifting is not the best example, but for running, since I don't have like distances memorized and I'm not very good at guessing my pace. I think it kind of gives me that idea of like maybe I should not always rely on technology as much as I do.
I think, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
You were saying that, and I was thinking about the time that I was trying to run a half with you, and you hurt yourself at work or something. And
oh yeah,
this was before basic, and I was like, bro, I really, really. We set it all up. We bought like snacks for it, and we were about to run it. And I ended up having to run it myself because he got hurt at work. And then it started to rain, and like I knew it was gonna rain, so I like went out and bought a clicker. And then before it rained, I did like 2 laps to judge the distance. And I was like, oh sweet, I now have an opportunity to run and don't have to have any electronics on me. Like I know that it's about 0.23 miles around my run there, and did that half marathon, clicking every time, clicking. I didn't track any of it on my phone. I clicked the whole time, just a hand clicker. And I was like, that is so satisfying to have an analog thing. Just being like, wow, you just did 47 laps around the line. Like 110 is like a marathon or something goofy like that. I don't feel like doing the math.
That's a lot of clicking.
It's a lot of clicking. But I did it for the half marathon, not the full. But anyways,
kind of going along with that, not relying on technology. A little fun fact: the school right by my house, that little block is almost exactly a mile. Oh, nice. And they have signs all around saying that. So they're like, go for a brisk walk for a mile.
Yeah.
And
it's always cool when communities do that. Like, always helpful. Because there are a lot of people that I've worked with or tried to help get into running that, like, the concept of a mile feels so much longer than it actually is. You know? Yeah. And it's like, even if you can't run a straight mile, that's okay. Like, running at all and being able to put a mile onto your little pin badge of, hey, I did this. You know, even if you, like, run a quarter and walk the rest, like, being able to say that, like, it gives your brain a little bit more perspective of a mile. And so I think it's great that communities do stuff like that. Like, it really helps just people be able to engage a little bit better with it. Because, I mean, I've got a free running app on my phone. I've got timers. I'm used to this, right? Like, I've got shoes that I use specifically for running. But for a lot of people, totally different ballpark. Like, they've got no idea, like, how to even get started in that. So it's cool to have those signs just kind of up and around.
Kind of going with that also is just, I wanted to kind of say how running isn't always for everyone.
True.
And kind of go the opposite direction almost. And just talking to one of my friends, this may have been because he had 2 concussions, but he said he doesn't like to run because it feels like too much contact. And I mean, that's also what
I was just gonna interject. Swimming is possibly a good alternative.
Yes, but yeah, I was just thinking, like, I've heard that too. Is running is one of the top activities for injuries. Just like long term. But yeah, running is good, but it's not as easy for everyone.
Very true. Yep.
The amount of people that, like, they're like, how far did you run? I was like, I ran a marathon. They're like, where were you last Thursday? I was like, oh, I was running a marathon. I took a day off to run a marathon. They're like, what? Like, in the cold? And I was like, it doesn't matter the weather. They were like, how far is a marathon? I was like, 26 miles. They're like, you ran 26 miles? I was like, yeah, it was really hard. Like, that last half mile was, like, brutal. My body was like, okay, bro, you need to chill. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to stop now. I got a half a mile to go.
Yeah, you better not stop.
I'm also a half a mile away from my house. And I was like, oh, I ran out a half a mile. And I was like, oh,
that'll do it.
well, now I don't have a choice. You get home or you pass out here in some random stranger's yard. But I was like, the amount of, like, lack of health problems that I have now versus before when I didn't run, and, like, the amount of mental clarity I have now compared to when I didn't run, it's like, it's night and day. Like, if you can't run, do something.
Yeah.
Lift weights.
And we've talked about that, but yeah, we're absolutely in agreement there. Like, there's so many benefits to being out there and doing something. It could be walking, running, swimming, biking, whatever. But getting out there and letting your body experience
grass.
a little bit. Well, I mean, yeah, grass, but like even just a little bit more activity than usual is really healthy for the body. Often, not always. We're not medical experts. Don't take our advice as medical experts. I'm married to a nurse. I am not one, so yeah, those are very different.
Like, I feel like sick sometimes when I'm sitting in front of a screen for too long. I'm like, ugh, I feel like I could throw up. I'm like, I haven't done anything today. A lot of times on the weekends when you guys are like, oh, let's work out late, I'm like, oh, please no. I'm like, dude. Like, literally today, all I did was mope around and play video games all day and run a couple of errands. And then I was like, bro, I hate this so much. Because, like, my normal routine on the weekends is the first thing I do is when I wake up, I go cold plunge, I go get exercise, whether that be run or something, like, religiously. So, like, Friday mornings, this Friday, so yesterday, my wife was like, hey, I'm doing this. I was like, no, you're not. I'm taking the car. Either that or you're dropping me off, picking me up. When I say on this day, at this time, this is my normal Friday routine. I've been doing this every single Friday since I got back. I was like, I also told you that I plan on doing this. She was like, well, no, you didn't. I was like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. This is my little time where I have set aside for me and Cody to go to the gym. And this is my time in the morning to where this is my thing. I don't care what you want me to do the rest of the day. I'll do whatever you want. But this is mine, and you cannot have this time. But working out with friends is really fun, and I can wait at least one day a week to do it in the afternoon.
Well, we're grateful. Especially since, literally wasn't possible earlier. Anyway. We are very grateful that you waited for us. We like being your ducklings following you around the gym.
What do we do next?
Felt like that, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, might as well learn from the guy who does it the most. Like,
yeah,
that's true.
Like, you are our expert for gym stuff. Like, it totally makes sense. For sure. What else you got, man? This is good. This is really good. You've led this great.
I feel like I prepared too much.
Nah, dude, this was good.
I know, like, we're not even halfway through my subtopics.
Wow.
Damn, bro.
Dude.
We're at,
And this next...
excuse my language. Screenshot. 1 hour and 3 minutes.
So, this next subtopic has a few subtopics.
All right, pause.
Okay.